Welcome back to Project 944 or 948 or Porsche or whatever the hell it is. Yes, indeedy, and I've been thinking, which is always dangerous, because this has been sat in my garage for a couple of days, which is long enough to get me thinking. And so obviously these were originally spotlights, right? And we have a problem with cooling, or at least, you know, the motor runs hot. So my idea, because we did this in the Renaults, I said we did it to the brakes, so we used that and then ducted it off to the brakes. But the brakes on the Porsche are amazing. So what I'm thinking is we've got this big radiator that sits here and down here, in fact. And what I'm thinking is we use this to duct air in as a scoop, and we get rid of this section and just scoop it straight onto the radiator. Extra airflow onto the radiator. It's got to be a winner, right? So initially I'm just going to cut it out of this corrugated plastic stuff, which might actually end up being the real thing. So let's give it a go. Paper template. Yes, this is what happens when my teammates leave me to my own devices and bugger off to Colombia and Colorado and the UK and leave me alone to deal with stuff. So you've only got yourselves to blame. Bloody perfect. Now all we have to do is cut that little segment out there, and we've already got the holes to mount it with. The only way I'm going to get to it is one of these Dremel things, or Tiswas, or whatever the hell. And you know how much I love these, because they're just a little bit too, I don't know, not fast enough. I mean, I ain't got the patience. Well, I beg its pardon, they did a very good job. The other thing I hate about these is they sound like a dentist drill. Yeah, not good. Scoopage. Today we were mostly dismantling other bits and pieces off the motor before it goes to Prescott to be rebuilt. Taking the opportunity to clean the car. We had all kinds of oil leakage over the years, and it was all over the bottom of the car and all around the engine bay, so we cleaned that up. We took the back off, the bell housing off the back of the motor, and there's that all-important conversion piece there. Beautiful bit of engineering. Anyway, there's a big hole. We're not sure what happened there. That's not such beautiful engineering. I bought myself back some homework, this beautifully fabricated underpinning of the front air dam, which also sits the radiator in that slot, and then the fan in the slot behind it, and then that thing supports something, I don't know what. Anyway, we're going to be doing some work on that, piecing it back together again. So this contraption sits something like that, as you can see, and yes, that slot there holds the radiator in place, and then behind it the fan. And so yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to fit it back together again. This time we're not going to be using rivets to actually mount it to the dam, the air dam. And then of course we've got to work out where our grill is going to go to protect the radiator as well. So as you can see, Rick kind of just machine gunned this with his rivets, because he likes his rivets, because he's got an air gun, and yeah, so we're not going to do that. The other reason is he was probably working from the bottom, because he's got a ramp and I haven't, and look, there's some bloody big holes there just waiting to put a nice bolt through, which would be easy to take off. Doesn't involve drills, just involves spanners and things. So I think we're going to put some bolts in. Yeah, here and here and here and here and here. Yeah, bolt here, bolt there. Anyway, a little extra protection for the radiator, I feel, is necessary. A bit of foam padding. I think it came with that air conditioner unit actually over there. Yeah. Anyway, what we're doing with it is we're throwing it in here Just sticking it down in that gully. Just a little extra protection. If we ever need them again, we know what they are. So this turned up today as well. It's a little different from what we've used before, as you can see, a smaller grade effectively. But that'll be better actually for the radiator guard. Yeah, so we can get on, measure all that up, and get that job done. Cool. Because we know we measured the bit to the bumper itself, and it was exactly one hand. Yeah. And those of you who know anything about horses, one hand is 4 inches. And to cut it, I'm going to use these, my soprano scissors. Sheet metal cutters. Yeah, because it's really thin and they just cut it easy. So just bending up those edges to leave us with our 24 inches in the middle with a vintage metal ruler. Yeah, my granddad's. Shaping up nicely. Plenty to spare at the top, I feel, and yeah, change of plan slightly, so not going to angle it up this way, don't need to, just going to hook it in that bottom bolt. Job done, ready to marry up to the front of the vehicle. So there it is in place. Well, I think that's about it for this episode, while my wandering associates are all over the place. It's just little old me left in Arizona. So yeah, thanks for watching as usual. Hope you found it interesting. Next time I don't know what we'll be tackling, but as you know, we've ripped the whole thing apart, so there's a lot to do. So do stay tuned, do subscribe down here somewhere, and yeah, encourage others to watch my lunacy.